Welcome back guys. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to convert BCD to 7 segment and how to graphically play with BCD to 7 segment in LabVIEW. Just look at this quick review of output. How was the output? Have you just imagined it? Okay, now let's get into the real programming. For this, I also use one more software for the evaluation of K-maps because K-maps plays a crucial role in the booleans. So for the people who cannot get on with the K-maps and expressions evaluation, they can utilize this software and they can write their own K-maps without using the brain. And also I'm gonna explain you how we write K-maps. Fine, let's jump into the topic now. This is my LabVIEW. Usually for every BCD to 7 segment delay conversion, we need 4 inputs and we need 7 outputs. Because 7 is 7 segment display and BCD will have 4 inputs. So let's start with taking some booleans. So for the booleans, you can take anything from here, but what I'm taking is round LEDs because the graphical way will be very good in this. So I'll take an LED, round LED here, and you can see the reflecting one here. So I'll adjust the size of this to take another one, and I'll just press Ctrl and click on the boolean, just drag them, and I'll get the same sized booleans here. So for now I'm just adjusting these things, and now I need these things are so called as inputs. So I give them a name called as caps A, caps B, caps C, caps D. So for the visuality, I'll just increase the size for you. 24 I'll keep, and I'll give them as the binary inputs as a title. Fine. For making a 7 segment display, we don't have any 7 segment display concept in LabVIEW. So what we have to do is we have to take 7 square LEDs, where these 7 square LEDs will be creating an 7 segment display for us. So just see about this one. Place in an even order that we can change them, and remember the things are going on here also, so we have to be careful that these things and these things should not be jumbled, because boolean will be same for every boolean. That means this one is also a boolean, so it will be given a title as boolean, boolean 1, boolean 2, boolean 3. If at all you haven't changed the names of these things, the continuation will be for these things. If at all it is continuation also, it won't be bothered for you, but if you have mixed up, so here you will be getting confused while you are programming. Fine, let's do this 7 segment display. Let's complete it. Let's increase this one. Let's increase this one. Move this one downwards, and later that downwards. So this makes our 7 segment. I think you have been encountered with the 7 segment display, so I just change the name of these booleans also. Name it as A, the visuality. I'll just increase the size. If you wish, if you want to increase, you can, or else can go with the same size. No issues. So you can see here 7-segment display, placing and binary inputs are ready for the input. So for circuiting these things, I'll just arrange these things in a row because these are inputs and I have to arrange this. Change the notations of A, B, C, like from here you have started A, B, C, D, E and F and G, etc. Whatever the notation you have given, that will be reflected here. But you have to change the programming accordingly here in the block diagram. So now let's write some theoretical part, because theoretical part is really important here and we'll dive into it. On the screen you can see the 7-segment display decimal numbers. Like in 7-segment display it will be displayed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on to F. That means 16 numbers, hexadecimal numbers will display, and that will be like capital A as 10, small b as 11, capital C as 12, D, small d as 13, small b as 14 and capital F as 15. And for that we need a binary. We know that 0, 0, 0, 0 is always 0 and 0, 0, 0, 1 is the binary equals of decimal number 1. And same like 0, 0, 1, 0 is the binary equivalent of the same 2. And 0, 0, 1, 1 is the binary equivalent of 3 decimal numbers. So if you convert these numbers, the equivalent decimal number will be this end. So how these are okay? So this is the main part in this portion. So when this is the main part of this subject. So let's go into the next. Here, if you see, this is my 7-segment display in my lab. So if I give 1 to this one, if I give 1 to this one, so I will get an value all as 0. So that means G should be 0, then I will be getting 0 as the value. So you can see 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and lastly 0. The same way B and C are 1s, that means they are on, then will be 1 for me. So B and C are 1s, all are 0, left all are 0, then will be showing us 1. The same way we can go for 2, A as 1, B as 1, D as 1, E as 1 and G as 1. That's showing. Let's see that. A, B, G, E and D. C and F are zeros. If you see here, C and F will be 0. So like that, I have wrote entire table in this. You can also follow the table, or you can write your own way. That means I've already told you in the starting of this video that if you change this values, that means if you change the A value here, B value here, C value here, interchange with any one, then your table will be changed. So be careful of that, and you have to be careful in choosing this LED placement. Next, coming to the K-maps of this. So K-maps are the very important thing in mapping and getting the expressions out of this table. So binary inputs are the inputs for the 7-segment display, and these are the outputs for the 7-segment display. So for every output, that means for small alphabets in this table, 7-segment output table, there will be a K-map available. K-map, we need to draw a table, and that will be represented like this. So if you see, this is somewhat thick, right? So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. A, B, C, D, capital A, capital B, capital C and capital D are the inputs, and small a will be the output of this. So how to write these numbers? These numbers have took from this thing. So if you see 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 and 1 1 1 1 0 because 1 0 0 here, so 1 1 1 and 0. Because you have to be careful when you are writing the values in this table, because you have wrote 1 1, the highest number in the prior of the lower number. So finally 1 0 and 1 1 1 0 and 1 1 will be 1 0 and 1 and 1. So because they are not changing, if at all it is 0, then we have to be careful. So 1 0 1 and 1. Fine. Now mapping these things. So mapping starts with quadrant or octant or pair. So we can choose a quadrant or a octant or else a pair. These three are only acceptable in K-maps. So for that, I've taken this quadrant, I've taken this quadrant, and I've taken this one and this one, because the K-maps are something called as, when you fold a map, it will be a circle. So in this also, these are also in circle mode. So what I have did is, I have mapped these things. Circle in the sense, entire circle, not a fold one, it is entire like a loop. So these 4 will be mapped and I'll be getting something. And here also, if it is a globe, these 4 will be also mapped accordingly. So for getting the values out of these, or the expression out of these, will be like this. If you check here, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 have 4 outputs. So have to check in the 4 quadrants what are the common elements in these things. So if you see here, I have C and D, so that means C and D bar, and C bar, D bar. The common in these two are D bar. Okay, so here also 1 2 1 2. So these two will be, the common one is A bar and A, B bar and B bar. So the common one is B bar, that means negation of B and negation of D. Fine. From here, it's A, B bar, because the value is not changing in this quadrant, in this space, sorry. And here, the 0, 0, that means negation of C, negation of C. But D is changing, so we don't have that one. Here, also negation of A, B, D. If you see this one, and if you see these two. The same like I have wrote entire K-map, and if you add these things, we will get the expression out of this one, and we can easily connect all our things. And here we have to know one thing, that A is an input, B is an input, negation of A is nothing but the not gating of A input is called as negation of A. So we can use not yet, and for ANDing these things, that means for multiplying these things, we can use AND gate. So by using AND gate, we can multiply these things, and we are adding all those things. That means we have to OR all those things, and we can give it to A LED. Then we will get the output very clearly. So I am very much confused with K-maps. Usually I am a lazy guy, so I don't want to use any theoretical way or any brain frying way. So I am going to use another software. I will recommend to go to Google and Logician. So this Logisim software is a product of C Birch. So Logisim is a software where you can simulate many things, like you can use buffers, you can use AND gate, you can use OR gate, you can use many things in this, and I'm gonna show you how to utilize this on Logisim. And you press download here. So we need two things here in this software. One is Logisim requires Java 5 or later. That means you have to download Java RM. That means Java runtime machine has to run this software. You will be getting that. So from here you can download the Java application if you haven't downloaded it, or if you haven't installed it, download it from Logisim sourceforge.net page. So from here you can download Logisim software. I already have this one, but I am saying you this is not an installable software, so I am not showing you how to install this one. Just download it, copy it from your downloads folder and paste it onto your desktop so as to easily utilize that software. So this is my software, Logisim Win 2.7.1, and just double click this one. You will be getting a window. You'll be getting a window like this, and here go to project and click on analyze circuit. So clicking on this circuit will open here. You can see that variables to it, input variables, output variables, and table of inputs and outputs, truth table, and expressions will be the output. And let's start it. A, B, C and D are my inputs. So my outputs are A, B, C, D, E, F and finally C. When you click like this and click on table, you will be automatically getting a table. If you have given any more input in this, you will be getting that input also here, output also here. So don't give extra things. So just if you have given extra things, you just click on that and you just click on remove. It will be removing you that variable. So go to truth table. We have this 7 segment output table. So this should be entirely into this table. So what I do is I'll just click on a first thing and I'll go on giving it input. By just giving it the input, it will be automatically changing because it's a single bit input. So it won't wait for any input further. So you have to be careful while using the Logisim. So I just open my backend because I need to show you how the circuit will be drawn automatically here. I'll just click on build circuit and I need to give some name to my circuit. So I'm gonna give this 7 segment. I just click on, you can see that 4 inputs and I have 7 outputs. So now you can get an expressions from this table. Here you have given the table, here we have got the outputs and we can see the expressions from here. If you see the expressions, the same what we got in this, we got the output and we have the table here and we need to get expressions. So for that expressions, we can go into this expression tab and you can see for every output A, B and C, D, E and F and G, all these will be having expressions of their own. If you see the expression what we got with the K map and about this one will be same. Let's check. If you see, it's negating B and negating D. So likewise, if you want to have any other expression, any other output expression, you can note it down from here. I suggest you just note it down these values into a piece of paper, which will help you in doing the circuit. So if you want to have the same way of K-map, how this K-map is looking, here you can see a minimized tab, where minimized tab will be giving you the K-map structure and how it is mapped. Wow. It's the beauty of this Logisim software. So if you go for B, you can get the B K-map, and C you can get the C K-map, D, and all these things you can get. And if at all you are not understanding this one, if you don't know how the K-maps are drawn and how let's leave about that, and you need only the expressions. We have got the expressions. I have just noted it down on my piece of paper. I'm just closing it. So my lab view is like this, to communicate from these booleans to these booleans. Now if you see, these booleans are not outputs, they are inputs. That means they need an input to glow or to turn on. So if you want to convert them to a control, that means they are into indicators now in the LabVIEW language. Now if you want to convert them in controls, now select all the booleans at a time and just right click on them when it comes, and can change to control. There is an option called change to control, and you can click on it. You can see that the arrows have been changed from this end to this end. That means they have converted to controls. If you can directly connect, but we need a circuit, we need a bridge to be done here to communicate from these 4 to these 7 accordingly, to get a very good output where the binary will be converted into 7 segments. For that we have these equations. So for now, let's build the circuit, and for building the circuit I'll give you a best tips, because this happens to be very small circuit, but if you work on it, you can get to know what the problems are behind it. So please watch till the end, and you can get to know how to connect all the circuits. So first, maintain some gap between all the booleans here. So to have, there are 36 boolean expressions to be entered here, and 7 boolean expressions to be again added to them, because to add the sub part of that VIs. 36 boolean expressions to be added in this circuit. So for that we need a sufficient space. I just connect them because this will be giving me the negation of every input. So this will help you in making your circuit minimized, because every time if there is a negate. So what I do is, I have to draw many lines like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have only 4, because we need to give every time the negation symbol, which will be making us clumsy, or which will be making us very confusing. We can say, if at all they are not being used also, that will be making us confused. So for now, what I do that, first we need to add the Boolean expressions. For that I'll go to Booleans, and I'll go for AND operand. I'll take here and just go adding on my operands. How many they are? 36. So in that, few are 3 in number. So 3 numbers will be only added with compound arithmetic. So I take compound arithmetic here. So I just add this one, and so what you do is, you continue go on giving the operands whatever we have in the expressions what you have wrote on your piece of paper, and you can add those in future, because making circuits will be clumsy if you go on adding one by one and you will go on connecting them one by one.
Now we have to make the circuit between these boolean inputs and these boolean outputs. So for that I have already arranged these VIs, and for making these one I have to give one by one with my input which I wrote on a piece of paper. So by doing that it will be confusing for me. So to remove that confusion, what I do is I will go to boolean, I will select a NOT gate, and I'll take 8 NOT gates, boolean, and click on this one. It will be for you, and can add it likewise. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Finally it's 8. Now here we have 8 NOT gates, and for this I need some output to be connected. Without that we can't draw any wiring. So for that what I do is I go to the front panel and I'll just select a boolean around LED and I'll place it here. Same like I'll take 8 booleans out of this. 8, so I got 7. I will take 1. So for now what I have to do is I have to just connect these ones line wise to my circuit. So for that I need to have some patience in this doing, because we don't have any scroll button when we are doing wiring. So this makes a disadvantage of it. I add on wires like this. Just wiring for this one. And first one is V bar, D bar. So you should not directly wire these two things, because 2 inputs for single wire will be an error. So first what you do is you connect these things. First one is B bar and B bar. Next one is A bar and C. So be careful while you are doing anything, because it might be confused when you are doing, and it will be making you confused also. A bar, C bar and D bar. So for now I'll skip this step and I'll just forward this one. So I have just connected all these things, and I have removed the NOT gate and as well LEDs in the downwards, so you can see here, and have connected my OR gates to this one. And as like our circuit expressions, we can connect our circuit and we can connect A to the first one, B to the second one, and continue that till G. So we have finished with this one, and if you see here, you don't have any errors if you have removed any one of this. And if you remove like this one, you can see an error, because many broken wires, and errors will be highlighted for you, and you can see where the errors are there. For the AND gate we have errors because it is AND gate. So here I have connected, again you can see here that errors have been removed, and I just continuously run this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is means A in hexadecimal, 11B, 12C, 13D, 14E and 13F. So I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Please do like this video and subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you.